I, um, I accidentally hit the stop streaming button, didn't I? Well, that's a first. Grant me. Yeah, I did mute just in case so y'all wouldn't hear my keyboard mashing. I was talking to myself. Okay, everything should be back to normal. Yeah, that was a wild event. Welcome back, everyone. I really need to fix up my buttons. Let's see. Posture check. And we should be ready to resume. Yeah, James is here. I think Aaron might find his way back over here. We'll proceed. Oh, I'm getting Discord pings now. Aaron's been pinged, James is here, and I think those were just the two of you on the YouTube side of things. Alright, back to business. We got a few. Well, we technically don't need these level ups anymore, do we? It still would be nice, but they are being awfully slow to catch up. So let's go ahead and swap back to our usual team. Who's the starter you're looking for, Chim? In the new generation? Right, we can start with Piloswine, who will probably need just one level up. And who are we missing? Because there's two more we need back in here. Samurott was one. One, two, three, four names. So then the last one is Budu, who needs to be swapped out for one of our electric types of choice. Say that again. Which of the starters in the new generation are you looking forward to? I can't remember if you answered if you had a specific you were looking at. Electabuzz or... I like Electivire more. Yeah, I accidentally hit the stream button. Fuecoco is a very lovely little rascal. What's their gender balance? Simply because I am obsessed with symmetry. Let's get Electabuzz in here. And I think our little fella here could use probably a Thunderstone to evolve, right? You love Pokemon that look like their IQ is in the single digits. I absolutely love little gremlins like that too. Let's see. Evolutionary items. Wait, no, and wait, would it be an Electrizer in Arceus or would it be a Thunderstone? So it wouldn't. We need... Would it be an Electrizer then? Found in a space-time distortion. Didn't expect they'd have an Electrizer, basically a battery, in a game like this, but then again, space-time rifts are supposed to be randomly assigned on who shows up at what time. We're actually getting ourselves a very interestingly balanced team here. And my controllers are vibrating on the desk. I'm not an anime watcher, but one of my friends was obsessed with I can't even remember the name of it. I know exactly who you're talking about. Soul Eater, that's what it was called. I did have a friend obsessed with that anime when I was little. And they did show me the dubs of it and it's just like, "Oh man, you got to love this character and his obsession with symmetry." But come on, is that not satisfying? Let me nudge my head out of the way. There, 3 and 3. Alright, our goal right now, I'd assume would be an electrizer, but does it matter who we look for when? Or what we look for when? Ah, allegedly we can buy one in Jubilife Village. Electabuzz is a very lovely lad, and he was actually one of my favorite of the, 4th generation Pokemon that arrived. And I like that he still had some... Oh, it is. Need an absurd amount of points to buy an Electrizer. So, look for it in the space-time distortion we will. Even though Magnezone might have been a much better choice, but I don't like quadruple weaknesses. Even though we have 2. So, welcome back to our scuffed resumption of our game. Let's get ourselves across this cliff real quick. One way down, and then right back up. I love the joke they made about the, rock climb HM. I was kind of waiting for them to do it. It's silly how many moves they made up just for the sake of HMs, and then the generation after 4, they just got rid of them. Have I ever seen or read? I watched when I was a kid, like the first 3 or 4 episodes of Bo 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 Bo. I think you have the wrong number of bows in your discussion there. I'd actually love to give it a watch another time, just because of how outrageous it is. That's probably a long ways away, because I'm not much of an anime watcher, regardless. Number defeated. There's a little bit of progress there. Get those Pokeballs. Aww. I hate to do it. Then again, he could probably afford a little bit of warmth. It's weird, Chen. It's a very weird case. I am, by all means, a weeb. But I specifically don't watch anime. I know a lot about Japanese culture and stuff from, like, video games. And I am rampantly a weeb game player. But it's kind of funny, there's been a lot of discussions started in the chat of people asking about anime stuff, and I'm not much of an anime watcher. However, I will sit down and watch an anime with friends if, you know, it's the thing to celebrate with friends. Gonna change that one day for real. That is very, very possible. I do not count that as, unlikely. You will be happy to hear that, I was hanging out with some friends yesterday, and one of them just started up with, what's it called? Spy Family. And so I ended up watching that as a result. I used to read a lot of manga, and I think I really just need to find a reason to pick them back up. As it stands, though, I spend a lot of time just being busy. And especially since I'm working on the game dev thing right now. That's going to take a lot of my time. I kind of don't want to go for a KO here. I want to see if we can catch a bomb of snow here. Yeah, it was very cute. I can see the appeal. How's the game dev going? Right now, I'm running into an issue. For a game that should functionally be something of a fighting game, I do not yet have assets of my own to accommodate for the design I'm doing. Since I'm going for something that's kind of between Smash Brothers and traditional fighters, I need a moveset to accommodate it. Right now I'm stealing the sprites from Toho 12.3 to make characters out of. But it turns out those movesets don't function very well in a platform fighter environment. So for the testing I want to do, I don't exactly have the best conditions for it. I've realized that the instant you add a more vertical element by including platforms, you need a lot more vertically oriented attacks that can, say, hit directly above you. Lots of anti-airs in traditional fighting games, like from Toho 12.5 that I'm borrowing from, will be anti-airs that hit slightly in front of you. So currently, every character has a wicked blind spot directly above them. And that's something I've got to fix. And welcome, Error! So glad to see you again. I guess that's not really the best matchup for Mamoswine. We might want to go ahead and leave Z out in front. Speaking of, where is he? I don't think he's shown up this stream. On another case of the anime topic, I am most specifically a seinen enjoyer. Hot take. I really don't care for most shonens. Just altogether. Not my cup of tea. Speaking of, wonderful. So a lot of the anime that's swinging around these days probably isn't going to hit my vibe. I forgot, there was something. Oh, one of those little ghost wisps. You enjoy all genre of anime, but seinen is amazing. Yeah, that's my specific point. I'm not... Okay, so here's my take. I kind of don't want the whole action thing to be the centerpiece. If I was looking for action, I'd just play fighting games. So, I haven't yet gotten into Berserk because that is a huge rabbit hole. But I can guarantee you that is right up my alley. Parasite was one of my favorites I watched. Out of the anime I have watched, that one's probably my favorite. But there's a number of different ones I still need to get into. Berserk being one of them. Once I start developing a better schedule, including the sleep schedule, which I drastically need to improve, I'll be able to set aside specific time for things a lot better. Then I could definitely get into being an official Berserk enjoyer. Well, that was a real slog, fighting through those miserable icy winds to reach this desolate bit of nowhere. Well done, us. This gentleman is Avalug's warden and my most honorable teacher, Garrick. Show some respect, Ataman. Let's begin with some proper introductions. I am Garrick. I serve as one of the Pro Clan's wardens. And you must be Xander, right? Of the Galaxy team. Answer me this, would you? On what grounds do you come here seeking to quell Lord Lord Avalok. He might be having a real gamer moment. We gotta put a stop to it. That leads to my next question. What is wrong with him being frenzied? Oh, I automatically hit A without even reading it. Then I have another question. Setting aside any orders, what is it your heart tells you to do? I just want to battle. Our mighty Lord of the Tundra Avalok has done nothing to trouble any person or Pokemon. Sir, please try to keep your cool. For now, indeed, Avalok's causing no trouble. But aren't we also duty-bound to free our people from living in fear of what such a colossal Pokemon might begin to wreak havoc at any moment? We are. There's certainly some logic to that. But if that is what you hope to accomplish, then we must judge whether this child is up to the task. Who cares about the grandstanding? Let's get to battling. I might need a moment to prepare first. Then you will never earn my approval. If you won't allow me to test your mettle, all there is for me to do is resume my training. Ah, he's doing the squats. There he goes. Pro Clan absolutely does not dress for the weather. They must be of Nordic heritage. After all, it's kind of funny. My Swedish friend, I was hanging out with him over the weekend, over a voice call, and he was talking about odds. He was sweating his ass off, as I quote, from it being 20 degrees Celsius in his room, which, if I remember, equates to roughly room temperature for Americans. To Fahrenheit is 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and he was sweating his ass off. Damn Swedes. Taking out the trash in pajamas in negative 30-degree weather. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering why Irida is less dressed, despite allegedly being from the north here. Monster, I'll definitely have to give that a look. As part of the VTuber package, I suppose I do have obligations to get more into anime. After all, I keep seeing the disappointment of my viewers so often, so frequently. So I suppose I will have to mend that. We're a bit lacking on the healing items. Especially since we just used the last of what we had. Can we fast travel back here? Does not look like we have a fast travel point. In that case, Z, you're gonna have to power through on like 30% less HP. This should be a cakewalk, but we do have the alternating turns to worry about. Oh, and of course, the AI gets to cheat and move twice. Yeah, we are doing agile style, and we are fighting the oh! Only level 24? It's not an issue at all. Very well. She has an Eevee, looking at it warms the heart. That is very true. Putting that special defense to work. Unfortunately, you don't have the HP to remain. So... Actually... You know what, for a good laugh, let's send a newbie out there. In fact, that would actually be the last slot on our team that would deserve to be named. If anyone would love that position, let me know. We are naming the majority of our Pokemon after viewers. You can properly play Strive again soon. Got a notification new gamepad is set for delivery tomorrow. And I'd love to see that happen. We're actually, you are in the Discord, so you will see the schedule I post later. We are running the Guilty Gear night on Thursday instead of Friday this week, as we have a different special event set up for Friday. Legally allowed to not legally allowed to be named after anything besides the Infernape line. Understandable. And if we had a Chimchar, I would have personally DM'd you about it. Chimchar here on the Twitch side of things is actually someone who we might be fighting on Thursday. He'd like to get some of that Gold Loose experience. On that same note, Moody might be joining us as well, Chim. So you have two different Gold Louises to fight against, although he pretty much has the same fighting style as me. So maybe someone slightly more consistent would be someone to fight. I haven't informed him yet. Gonna be tied up Thursday. Happens to be your birthday. Well, I will send you a happy birthday if you happen to be available around that time. As always, our Strive streams last a while, so if there is any window in which you're not drastically partying, you can probably swing by. Otherwise, you can expect it on schedule next week. I missed the message. I suppose that you all can get on with it now. This one's all right. I kind of want to give him a surfer deuce. This one's all right. Thank you, sir. Some may still have their doubts about a stranger like Xander, but I'll vouch for him. If you insist on quelling Avalug's frenzy. What are we doing? If it would be a server voice. You'll want to claim some of that eternal ice he likes, and bring it to my lord's seat. Good luck. Party is a strong word. I don't celebrate my birthday much either, Aaron. Usually I'll buy myself some fancy food, and that's really it. Eternal ice, is it? For that you'll have to be able to fly, which means you need bravery. Long story short, you've got to seek out a young lady named Savi. Tell the long story long. You're not saving any time if you waste it puzzling out what you mean. Isn't Avalug one of the Pearl Clan's lords? Seems a bit odd for me to do the talking. As long as I do something special for my birthday. That would be, usually in the past I just played video games with friends. Like, the rule among my group of friends is whoever's birthday it is, everyone is forced to play the game that they suggest. And you can bet I tell everyone it's Guilty Gear time. But fine, listen up. This Eternal Ice stuff can be found atop Avalug's legacy here. But to get there, you'll need my clan's help. Not even Sneasler can climb the surface, let alone a person like you or me. You're going to have to approach it by air, with Bravery's help. Garrick once managed to climb nearly to the top of Avalug's legacy, I'll have you know. He says he made it to within 6 feet of the top. Might makes right. Or at least height. And, about Sabi, how do I put this? Even when she's not flying with Bravery, she's got her head in the clouds. Well, you'll understand once you meet her. Head towards Snow Point Temple, and you'll probably come across her sooner or later. What? Sabi! Different looking Bravery. Is this one a psychic type, or did they just mess with the colors a bit? My clairvoyance told me that I'd lead you on a chase. Think you can reach me? So she might be a psychic person then, since Bravery there looks to be psychic. And they did mention clairvoyance. I see what you meant about Sabi. But why would she be up there? Seems you better focus on pursuing Warden Sabi. Let me focus on my workout while I still can. We're kind of in need of emergency medical attention, but I assume we'll have an opportunity for that very, very soon. Now, how TF do we get up there? And they keep switching around the jump buttons on me. Jump. Nope. There we go. Actually, my usual celebration, Chim, for a birthday is I go out to grab my favorite food, which I don't necessarily prevent myself from doing, but gives me an excuse. Actually, now that I remember, last year, for the first time in a long while, I just bought myself a whole tub of ice cream from the grocery store. And that took like 3 days. I'm a sugar addict. Any of you who might not know. Hello, my name's Sabi. Nice to meet you, Xander. The pleasure is all mine. Guy seems like a slightly toxic gym bro. 5 out of 10. Too much chia. I've heard about you. You're super talented, right? I bet you're gonna be fun to play with. Oh, that's right. I didn't respond to you, Joshua. Go ahead and tell me your story about your hatred for garden gnomes. And during that period of time, I will grab a refill on my tea. Once more. Damn it, I skipped dialogue again. This should not take nearly as long, so... Let's bring it on home. You want Braviary's help so you can quell Avalug's frenzy, don't you? Posture check, and we resume. Well, you'll get it if you can catch me first. Oh no, she's got the Mugi Kotobuki eyebrows. Yeah, this is definitely a gremlin. Let's go, Braviary. Anyone who has pickles for eyebrows is definitely a gremlin. You know, it would be a nice chance to head back and get a little bit of a progress report. Although, I don't think we have any good... we can still do it regardless. We need a little chance to restore ourselves. Get a bit of healing. Just a small portion of progress. Not much. So we continue. Garden gnomes have their origins in early alchemy, particularly in the process of creating a homunculus. Hmm. I wouldn't have expected garden gnomes, but that does kind of make sense. Something about alchemy here, and yet I don't know about it from Noida, which has taught me a lot about alchemical lore, including quite the variety of alchemical symbols. Who needs a level up? Mammoth. Right, we haven't yet renamed you. Hey, welcome to the team, Aaron. But why would they be in someone's garden if they're used for making a homunculus? Ah, that's right. We have to hold the sprint button in this game. Ah, that looks like that's just a flower over there. Oh, I didn't see that you were an alpha. Yeah, let's be out of here immediately. Before we get porked. Most of you are probably going to be underleveled, so we'll continue. Wait, are we not going that direction? Ah, that's right. We're going on a wild goose. Really, Alpha Swine Up. Level 62. That's wild. And therefore, we will skip over that too. Now, how the heck do we climb? Oh, wait. We literally have this question answered. Ah, they're the Crucible. That would make sense. If you want to make a little person, brew it up inside a clay replica of a little person. Alright, I've arrived. Although I needed a bit of help to get here. Xander! You made it. She's the only one properly dressed for this weather. You made it all the way up here in this cold. But the question is, did you catch me? Or did I let myself get caught? Oh, and one more thing. Am I even really clairvoyant? We have had psychic freaks in Pokemon before. No one but me could really know, right? Anyway, the challenge continues. The next stop of our merry chase is Snow Point Temple. But the real question here is, oh great, am I really having fun playing with you? Or am I bored, Just migrate those eyebrows over there already. I'm glad my boy Braviary gets a glow up. That was always another one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. Then again, I love just about every Pokemon in Gen 5 because it's the best generation. Objectively. And before we get ourselves hurt... Ooh. Yep, I was waiting for it. In fact, that was my test to see if you were still here. I kind of want to have a fight over that. I'd offer to settle it in Strive, but then you'd win. Where you got the info from? Don't see anything about it on Wikipedia. Ah, we didn't catch a Snover either. Gen 4 is actually really high on my list too. I think... I can't decide if I like, 7 or 4 more. Actually, if we were talking purely about Pokemon, it would definitely be 4, but I loved the Gen 7 games. Okay, so I guess that's not gonna work. We're uninterested. Ooh. That's probably a place we don't want to end up. Tell me, Chim, was Gen 4 your first generation? I think I might remember hearing that in one of your streams. I didn't own anything Nintendo related myself until the advent of Gen 3. Had a lot of friends that were playing Pokemon Red and Blue, and I was actually a Pokemon fan from the beginning. But being a little kid, little tiny Xander, and of course, again, living out in the middle of nowhere, I didn't know what the heck a Nintendo was. I just knew that I loved Pokemon. And only actually got into the games when I started with Fire Red in Gen 3. Wish I was there for the beginning. But my parents wanted some peace and quiet out in the countryside. And because of that, I never got to have a SNES or a Nintendo 64. I had to wait until I was in, elementary school to actually, like, learn about consoles and everything. Since we were out in the middle of nowhere, I just had my PC. Should be a straightforward trek straight up the mountainside, I guess not. Gen 4 was one of my absolute favorites. I think if we're talking about generations overall, like the entirety of Gen 4, Gen 4 definitely falls second to my... Sorry, I just love Gen 5 too much. Everything about it. Aesthetics, the games, everything. But Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Diamond Pearl Platinum was probably the time I played most. And that's actually where I got to spend most of my time with friends, was playing those games. The Underground in Diamond Pearl Platinum was our jam. Hi again, Xander. It's nice having someone new out here to play with. Safety in numbers or something like that, and you're willing to let me freeze to death for it. Sips tea. And spills a little bit of tea on the shirt. Anyway, here's Snow Point Temple. I've opened the front door for you. Just a little more chasing left for you to do. But the real question is blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Wikipedia is where you got the information. It might be specifically on an alchemy page. I imagine you wouldn't see anything about it specifically on the page for garden gnomes. I heard what Warden Sabi said. If you have Warden Sabi's approval to enter, then by all means do so. But be warned, those who cannot solve the temple's puzzles, won't get very far within. I have heard the trick is to pay attention to where the stone statues are looking. I believe the statues have some sort of patterns on their chests too. Well, for a game made for such youngins, there's no way this could be difficult. The rabbit hole starts with Paracelsus. Ah, a Reggie puzzle. Oh, they're literally going to tell us. Presumably, this would be, yep, that's steel. Who the heck is... oh. It's a little chilly in here. Why don't we heat things up? Okay, and again, it's just steel, ice, and rock on the other side. So this is literally just Reggie's. Indeed, Aaron, we happen to find an Alpha 9... or was it an Alpha Vulpix? I think it might have been an Alpha Vulpix. And Z has informed us that his favorite happens to be Ninetales out of anyone. Oh, we already have maxed out research level, so the only reason we do this is for a bit more EXP, but I'll take it. Ooh, or I could take a capture. High score. And even after all this time, we haven't had any interaction with Zubat. I don't intend on carrying through with that. I've had enough interaction for 1.5 lifetimes. Freaking Zubat. Crobat's actually one of my favorites to use in competitive. I used to lead Crobat for quite a bit. Wither the statue's gaze. So presumably it's the order that we see them in, which should be rock, steel, ice. Or in the reverse order. Never mind, I was worried this might have been difficult. It was rock, steel, ice, right? And there we go. So I imagine we'll have to solve this one a couple of times. Gnome King Kyrie. That might be best reserved for after the stream. Go ahead and actually link me in Discord and I will pay attention to it. Nintendo does love their baby puzzles. Does Nintendo have any puzzle-specific franchises? Like anything that's just puzzles? Not that I can remember off the top of my head. Ice, rock, and presumably steel. Ah, ice, rock, steel, rock, ice. Ice, rock, steel, rock, ice. Does Dr. Mario count? Yes, but we haven't had a Dr. Mario in a long time, have we? I'm talking about anything that's consistently out there. Like, you always have an RPG in Pokemon and Fire Emblem. You always have, well, loads of platformers. Ah, so we should start over here. Okay, this is the first one. But I don't know if we have a franchise which is just puzzles that is always puzzles and keeps going. We are looking at steel, ice, rock. Steel, ice, rock, ice. Steel, ice, rock, ice, steel, rock. Steel, ice, rocks, ice, steel, rock. My short-term memory has failed me. Ah, Captain Toad. I don't know anything about Captain Toad, actually. I saw the promotion to it, and one of the conventions I went to was actually right before the first game came out. Oh, steel, ice, rock. Hold on. Before my short-term memory fails me again. Steel, ice, rock. Steel, ice, rock, ice. Steel, ice, rock, ice, steel, rock. Okay, good. I guess Captain Toad might count, although I've only seen, like, 2 different snippets of the gameplay for that game. Curious. Didn't expect to find you all the way up here. Oh, he is explicitly trying to kill me. Not the boss I would have expected. Let's see, I can't remember. Was it... Yeah, that's still psychic fighting. So we would want... a flying or ghost. Or fairy. James, I'm so sorry. You're the party member I forgot. Oh. James, you've been here the entire stream. You're the party member I forgot. James, can you ever forgive me? I had to remember that we needed a fairy type. Oh, he coming. Oh, Lord, he coming. No. Are we gonna have to do all this again? I'll see if we can slip past here. Who would be best equipped? Samrat's liable to die. Oh yeah, no. Level 70. Never mind. Actually, in this case, we can probably just run past him. Like, what's stopping us? With that base speed of 70, there's no way he's going to catch up and murder us, right? Don't put you in, coach. I understand the type matchup well enough. I am tempted to grab the Ralts, but maybe not. Not just yet. I guess I've been caught, so we're nearly done. That's no fun. Hey, remember my clairvoyance? It showed me something else. I saw you flying with bravery. Do you think that'll come to pass? Yeah, 8-foot Gallade is absolutely terrifying. Well, however the future turns out, flying with bravery isn't easy. If you really want to be able to fly high in the sky, prove to me you're strong enough. Gonna take us on? Well, I didn't come Ah! You've got the whole squad. One earthquake would get rid of them very quickly. Please tell me I'm not having to fight all 3 at once. Indeed, here we go. Alright. Overall, our type matchups will mostly want to focus on... Well, then again, Kayla could basically sweep this entire team. The biggest issue would actually, no. We have a very balanced spread of types, so it doesn't matter who we get rid of first. Rhyperior, however, is the strongest among them. Rock and roll. I demand an explanation how they can get away with this, and we can't? Pokemon games actually seriously challenge the player challenge. Impossible. Well, Kayla should have no issue here. Get that obscurity, and the rest should fall into place quite easily. Absence of multi-targeting double and triple battles feels weird. They haven't brought triple battles back since Gen 6, I believe. I think they completely left it out of 7. People didn't really play those, or rotation battles. Yeah, the starter got rolled, but it was 3v1. It's okay. Samurott was way ahead of everyone else anyway. Wow! You caught us and you beat us! You won all our games so far. But Braviary still wants to get to know you even better. Up to the roof we go. I actually kind of liked triple battles quite a bit. I mentioned how, I went through all the battle facilities, and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was the most fun I had with battle facilities. Sure, you had different gimmicks in the Battle Frontiers and other games, but in that one you had, like, 6 different fights to go through. Singles, doubles, triples, rotation, multi, and I feel like there's another one. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there was only 5. Alright, Braviary. Why not test out Xander's strength for yourself? Welcome, Crimson. Yeah, Oras was probably the time I got most involved in competitive. What a time it was. Electabuzz, go ahead and make this a cakewalk for me, will you? And before I forget, which we will be ending the stream soon, I will put up a, set of suggestions in the Discord to see what we can do for a celebration on our 1-year anniversary. Coming up in ever so slightly less than 1 month. Grr, I can't believe Braviary lost. But that's that. Thank you for playing with me. Guess I'll head home now. Bye. Really? I would have encouraged her to vanish. Little weirdo. I was kidding. Play along with me on your flute. But we will probably be doing Pokemon Showdown rooms for our 1-year celebration. I'm planning on keeping it to a very, very long stream. Huzzah! The skies are now open to us. Speaking of sky... Thanks, Sabi. Oh, that was him. Thanks, Sabi. Sure. Having Xander to fly around with should be fun for Braviary. Yeah, I'm glad. A world where people and Pokemon live and work together, huh? Play along in your untextured default blender cylinder. Tell me, Why do you think the lightning that comes from the rift would cause these frenzies? Do you think this is Almighty Senno's anger? Or do you think that this is a trial it's putting to us? If it is a trial, if we prove ourselves worthy, and we quell the last noble, calm Avalug, then the rift really ought to close, right? Even if the one who seems to be clearing this trial is a newcomer like you, not one of us who'd been living here in the Hisui for ages now. How come you're playing all wise? I thought you weren't a big thinker, Automan. Hush, Sabi. I can feel history. On the move. And as far as I can see, you're the one ushering the one ushering in this new era is you. So if I stick with you, someday I might get to meet Almighty Senno myself. The question is, does listening to Ataman fascinate you, or bore you to tears? Anyway, Xander, it's time for you to go soar with Braviary. If you jump from way up here, Braviary can take you gliding just about anywhere. But don't forget the eternal ice. It's why you needed Braviary in the first place, right? So it's a gliding mechanic, right? And not just freeform flight. Avalug's legacy is down there. Now go get a feel for flying with Braviary. When you're done soaring the skies and want to land, just ask him to dive. He can sense the main character energy. Ah, so it's kind of a hang glider thing, right? With Braviary, you can fly high up into the sky and explore the different areas. Plus button, press the A button if you're falling from some height, to summon him in a flash. We really can put ourselves in some emergencies, can't we? Ah, looks like we get plenty of maneuverability. Of course, I am intrigued. What the heck is all going on up here? Was it A or B? Oh, right, it was Y. Anyone to be found? Ah! Rowlet. Hold on, I just want to scout out the area. Secret Pokemon Protag formula. Mary Sutonium plus water. There is a child kidnapper over there. Looks like most of the same old story. Doesn't seem like we have anything too interesting up here. In that case, we have been vibing for about 3 hours now. Which... oh, whoops, wrong button completely. And again, wrong button. Ah, but we're okay. Nothing to worry about here. In that case, I do think we can call it here for this evening. Everyone has been a wonderful class tonight. Thank you to Nathan Farias for the raid. And... ah, the Draugr fellow, I forgot his name. He hasn't spoken in a while. His chat is probably here somewhere in the history. Anywho, thank you everyone for your attendance. I'm going to check YouTube real quick because this is the time that Leviathan usually begins, right? Does she have anything scheduled? No, she does not. I'll ask her. Basically, mythical gnomes are spirit beings. The garden gnome is sort of a birdhouse for the spirit. Falls off bird, legs broken. This is fine. Well, obviously, we have the medical science to deal with it. Maybe not in the era of Hisui, but figuratively. We'll just go find a Chansey or somewhere. Wait, we never caught a Chansey, did we? There's still a bit more Pokédex completing that we could be doing in our spare time. Well, I do not... okay, there we go. Leviathan is in fact not streaming tonight, so who do we want to. Ah, wait. That's a new friend. I haven't actually spoken to Tui here, but I will send you all on your merry way to someone whose vibes I very much appreciate. That is a slash raid on the Twitch side. And for those of you here on the YouTube side of things, go ahead and give Tui a hello. I'll go ahead and post that for any of you who might be here on the YouTube side. Thank you very much for your attendance, Chim. Wait, before we do, I also have to shout out Inferno Chim. Those of you who want to see, and yes, I will play you up, those of you who want to see probably the most consistent performer in the VTuber FGC, go give Inferno Chim a look. Plays a very mean Kai and a very mean Faust, as well as Anji, an accent core, number of character and Bullet and BlazBlue, but I don't think I remember anyone else. Still, very good at fighting games. Go give him a watch, since I know a few of you are also fans. All right, let's be on our merry way. Thank you, everyone, for your attendance. Class is dismissed. Oh, Chim, I'll stop loving you if you pick up Happy Chaos. Like, seriously. Except for the condition of if you, like, actually play him as a pressure mix-up character. I have a friend who does that. Like, it's really fun fighting him for pressure, but no, if you just do the optimal zoning stuff, no.